What's up, everyone? Shoe Booty Sports coming at you Tuesday night. Really, at this point, I'm your host, Grandpa, on this screen. That's Bradley on the other. Say what's up, Bradley.
How's it going?
Uh, you know, before we get going, let's give a quick shout out to our sponsor. Shoe Booty Sports is presented by Rhino Races. Rhino Races is a virtual race series that offers five different races: a 5K, 10K, half marathon, and marathon, and the one of a kind Rhino Ultra. You can sign up for one or all five of their races at rhinoraces.com. Run your race at your convenience. Track it with your fitness app of choice. Screenshot your results as proof of completion. Submit your screenshot to rhinoraces.com under the submit results section. Once those results are verified by Rhino Races staff, your reward will be shipped to you by mail. Also, check out their gear section while you're there for t-shirts, wristbands, decals, and more. That's rhinoraces.com. Excuse me. Rhino Races is the premier virtual running series, and you can find us, Shoe Woody Sports, on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow us on X at Shoe Woody Sports. Okay, you were telling me something about Auburn. You said before we started the show, Auburn did something. He said, you said, you see what Auburn did today or just did? And I was like, nope, no clue. So if you want to brief everyone on what you were referring to, that would be a great way to
Yeah,
start the
yeah, not too long ago, I just got on to see what was going on in the sports world, and yeah, one of the top headlines is Auburn woke up and said, "Hey, we're going to claim seven national football titles that we didn't in the past." So, I think previously they only had two, one from like 1957, and then of course the Cam Newton year, 2000. What, 10?
show. 2010.
Yeah. So 57, 2010. Well, they woke up this morning and said, you know what? We won back in 1910, back in 1913, 14, 58, 83, 93, and 2004. So, yeah, if everybody deems these legit, they'll be tied with USC and Ohio State for the sixth most of all time. So,
Okay.
yeah. Good news, I guess, if you're an Auburn fan.
Yeah, this I guess couple of things. One, I mean, this isn't really at first you hear that and you think, well, that sounds dumb. Why are they doing that? And they being Auburn. But yeah, sounds dumb. But then you look at just around the state. I mean, Alabama has been doing that really since the beginning of time, it feels like, at least since its inception. University of Alabama, they've claimed national championships in years. There are two or three national champions. Uh,
I think they won the year with Forrest Gump. They
yeah,
won
maybe
that
so.
year.
Well, the year Arkansas has claimed a national championship. What 1964? Alabama has claimed that year too as national champions. So I mean, they've got 16 or 17, something like that. Alabama football national championships, that is. But
Yeah,
uh,
some of those are definitely not legit. And I know there's one from the 50s they're claiming that they ended the season ranked 20th and ranked third in the SEC, but they're still claiming they won a national title that year. So, yeah, there's a couple in there that ain't going to count unless you're an Alabama fan.
yeah, and but like I said, you see Alabama doing it now. If you're Auburn or just somebody from the outside looking in, I'd say, why are you stooping to that level? I don't agree with it, but at the same time, I guess I get it. It's not something I would do, but I can understand it, I guess. Like UCF did the same thing, the exact same thing in 2015, putting 2015 national champions or national champions 2015 on the home side of their bleachers there at their home there at their stadium. So goofy, yeah. It's not something I would do, but okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, we're just doing what we want now. I
I mean, there's a couple of those years they have a legit case, though. I mean, Sure, in what, 57, I'm sure they had a legit case, or 58 or whatever, because they won the national championship the year prior. And it was probably close. As we all remember that season of 57. But back in
Well, hey,
2004,
just a sec. Going back to that. Who won it that year? Who technically won it? Was it Notre Dame?
oh, I don't know.
Because I know Notre Dame got a lot of those years where they were just kind of written in by the writers because they were the darling school program.
Yeah.
So sure, you could be right. Yeah, we weren't around for that, so I don't know, but that's just pure speculation over here from guys that were born in the mid '80s. But yeah, continue to 2004 where we were both around for.
Yeah, 2004, they were legit. They were, I think there was five. I think the season ended up with five undefeated teams at the end of that regular season. Three powerhouses: USC, Oklahoma, and Auburn. And the BCS computer thought Auburn was worthy of number three, and we all know how that season ended up in the national championship. Just a curb stomping of Oklahoma by the USC Trojans. 50, what, 58 or something to 16 or something stupid like that.
I had said, I guessing, I think at top of my head, what 52-17. I think you might have had it pulled up earlier. I don't know. That was what I had guessed, and it was close to that. It was something. It
I
was
think
a
it was like
ridiculous.
59-16.
Yeah, it was a blowout either way.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that since then, that title has been vacated by USC. They vacated their last two wins of that season, so that one is technically still up for grabs. So, I think they have a legitimate case on 2004. I'm not sure about 1993. I was only in what, third grade, so I don't remember. I don't remember what was going on in college football back in third grade. What about you, Grant?
93 stood out to me. I wasn't paying too close of attention, but I knew of it, and I knew it was a big deal. I knew it was something I was interested in, but not fully invested in or anything like that. I'm trying to look up. Okay, I have found because when you said 93, I was like, who was it then? I Off the top of my head, I was thinking Nebraska,
Yeah.
uh, but it was Florida State. It was Florida State, height of Bobby Bowden era. Florida State finished the year 12-1. Now, looking at this, of course, this is back when you just voted, you just decided who the number one and two teams were, and they played for the. Actually, that's not even necessarily how it happened. You would go to a bowl game, and the top two teams might not have even played each other. But you would determine it, or you would find a way to get those two teams in, and then vote them national champ. You know, have the national championship, and then the winner will be the national champions. But no, back then it didn't always necessarily end up that way. I don't know if it was like that this year, or if it was just okay. Whoever if Florida State wins, then they're going to be national champions, or if they win it convincingly enough, whatever the case may be. It worked back then. The way I'm describing it now, it sounds stupid. It sounds dumb. But for then, it worked, and it was what
Yeah.
they had. It was the system they had. I would prefer that over a 16 team playoff. That's
Yeah.
too many teams. Like,
Too
how
many
do you go
teams.
from four to what they had last year, which was trash. The first few games were trash.
Everybody's seeing the money made off of those games. So hey, let's let's have four more rounds of this.
Well, that's what they did. I mean, that's why it happened. It was money. You answered the question immediately. Money. That's why it happened. But all right, does Auburn have a case for them? Let's look at the. Let's just look at the top five. Okay. Florida State won 12-1. Notre Dame 2, 11-1. Nebraska 3, 11-1. Auburn 11-0 at number 4. Florida at number 5, 11-2. So that had to be because this is Florida State. This is the height of when these two teams played. That often decided who was going to the national championship.
Why were they playing two more games?
Uh, well, Florida, I'm sure, made it to the SEC championship. I mean, this was
Oh
Spurrier.
yeah.
This was Spurrier in the '90s. So Florida was kind of the perennial power of the conference from really '93 to the end of the decade.
Yeah.
Florida was the top team. Alabama won the national championship the year prior, but after that, Spurrier kind of took control with Florida. But Auburn, they were the only undefeated team. I'm looking at the list, the top 25. Auburn was the only team that was undefeated, 11-0. Now you didn't play for the national championship. I don't know who you played in your bowl game or whatever, but you were undefeated. You were the only unbeaten team. Um, I'm still going to say Florida State was the national champion because that's what it was. That's who earned it and or who was given it but also earned it. Yeah, I would still say Florida State, but sure, but Auburn, yeah, they were the only unbeaten team that season. Um, how, how did how did that work though? Did Auburn?
Refused to go to a bowl game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They had to have played in the SEC championship, right? And I guess beat Florida,
Beat Florida.
and then won your bowl game, and then didn't. I'm curious how that. We'll see. We're learning all this as we hit record. The 93
The
Auburn.
only way to do it, yeah.
Yeah. So there's no way to really break it down. We're learning this as we talk. Like, wait a minute, because the SEC championship I think started in '92, and which Alabama won it, edged Florida or beat Florida, and then went on to win the national championship. Florida had two losses, and there's no way Auburn didn't get to the national or to the SEC championship. They were unbeaten. They finished the year 11-0. So I don't know. Are you digging through that right now?
I'm looking at it right now, and their last game played that season was their regular season Iron Bowl game against Alabama, where they won 22-14. There is no
That's
SEC
but
championship
hang on.
game.
That's just regular season though. You're not counting
Yep.
SEC championship is postseason.
That's the only time they play. That's their last game is against Alabama, and that's their 11th game of that year.
Okay, well I'm gonna look it up if Google will let me. I'm just gonna go 1993 SEC football championship game. And I have fat thumbs, and that somehow didn't have any typos in it. So I'm kind of proud of myself there. All right. According to
Says they
the
played
AI,
Bama.
yeah, that's what it says. Florida won the game with a score of 28-13. How does that happen?
I don't know. Though they finished the no Auburn Tigers were on probation.
Ah, there we go. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. The was this the Terry Bowden era?
Sure.
I mean, they had some good teams under Terry Bowden.
Yeah.
Bobby's son, but
The old probation got on. So
that
I mean,
makes a
I
lot
think
of sense.
technically, I think technically they can't claim it then if they're on
No,
probation.
no, if you're on probation, you can't claim it.
So Auburn, get that out of here.
Yeah,
We'll give you
but
2004.
yeah, but hey, you did go 11-0, so that's pretty cool. Uh, all right, but yeah, that should have been the obvious answer because a lot of teams were on probation then.
Like I said, I was only in third grade. I don't remember anything about Auburn being on probation back
I
then.
I do actually. I remember Auburn being on probation. I don't know if it was
I remember them being
1993.
on probation, but yeah, no, I don't know if it's 93.
Yeah, it didn't click like because it was like, why did that doesn't make sense? How are they? But it should have hit me right then, like, oh, they had to be on probation or something.
Yeah.
Either way, we found answers just as we were talking. So yeah, I'm glad we got to chew up y'all's time with our digging. Heck, you learned with us probably.
Yeah.
For those of you that are our age or younger, or maybe even older, because you probably forgot at this point. It's only 30 plus years ago. But either way, all right, Auburn has claimed seven additional right national championships.
7 additional national football championships.
Yeah, that's wild. Um, okay, whatever. As far as we're concerned, Arkansas has still just claimed the one, right?
Yeah, as far as I know. Unless you count track.
Well, in football, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's a joke, though. You
Okay,
get
I
them.
got you. All right. Speaking of football, you and I do have a fantasy football draft Saturday, right?
Yep. Right around the corner, Saturday for 4 p.m. Central.
Yeah, I sent the commish or my buy-in money. I did that last night while I was thinking about it. Just went ahead and cash out, and I already said not going to make it. It's there in Northwest Arkansas, in lovely Fayetteville, Arkansas, home of the University of Arkansas. But I'm going to stay home for that one. I'm gonna do. I want I appreciate a draft party scene type of thing with the boys. I get it. At the same time, I want to be one, I don't want to drive 3+ hours for that. Two, I kind of want to be hunkered down in my lair, just scheming and conniving and figuring things out. Now, I could do that reading the room too, I think, if I was there.
Yeah.
Um, but I can also do it from here, just I don't know, in a more calm environment where I can maybe be a little more locked in, if that makes. There are strengths and weaknesses to both.
Yeah.
You're going to be there, though, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna take part in the food and fun. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so yes, you're going to
Yeah.
take part in all that. I get it, makes sense. Um, what pick do you have? Because I think I'm picked. This is a 14 team league. I believe I'm picked 12.
Are
We of
you?
course, I think so. I we had a
Um, yeah. I think I'm pick 5 or 6. No, I'm
yeah.
pick 7. I don't know. I hope I'm not pick 7. That's dead in the middle, and that's gonna freaking suck.
Well, to remind everyone, we had a WWE Royal Rumble style battle royal with our own created players, like with our look-alike images, our own made-up gimmicks, and everything. All the attributes turned up to max, right? And then we just simulated the battle royal. It was live streamed to where we could all watch it. I was in Destin and tuned into it. And I had my brother, my sister's boyfriend came up and watched, and a couple other people were there. My brother Ben farted in the bedroom really badly during it, so I wanted to punch him for that. But we didn't watch very long because I was quickly eliminated. I was the first one in that round eliminated. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not interested anymore. So I just exited the live stream and then found out later I at least wasn't dead last. At the same time, I don't some of my best teams are usually toward the end of the first round because you get those there's kind of a strength to that because you get the last pick of that round, but you also get the first pick of the next round.
Yeah.
I assume this is a snake style draft.
Yes.
Okay, so
But
there are
the
some.
only weird thing is that there are keepers. So if you decide not to keep, you technically get a first. You technically get a pick before the rounds begin. and those are dependent on your draft order anyway. So, uh, if everybody kept but you would have a quote first pick before the rounds begin.
Okay. Because this is, I
Which
basically
I don't know
inherited
if
a
you have
team.
anybody worth keeping on your roster.
I don't. I've already looked at it. I didn't see anybody on there I want bad enough to keep. I've already looked at that. I was like, this is trash. I don't want this. Like, I don't want this team. Basically, this is my first year in the league. I basically have taken over a team, basically. And I just look, I'm like, ugh, I don't like it. So I don't know that I'll be keeping anyone on that squad. But anyway, either way, I'm looking forward to the draft. Um, who would you select first overall if you had the number one pick?
Man, I don't know. Everybody's out there.
That's an easy one, man. You ought to know that. I'm going Saquon.
You're gonna go running back.
Probably going to go
Yeah.
say I would probably go
I
Saquon.
mean, that's a great pick, but he's not gonna be top scorer.
Who is
It's
though?
gonna be it's gonna be a receiver,
Yeah,
like it
probably.
has been for the last 8 freaking seasons or whatnot.
But what receiver? What Jamar?
Oh, he would be a good candidate.
It's not going to be Justin Jefferson,
Because I
probably.
mean, yeah, the Bengals ain't gonna be stopping anybody from scoring, so they're gonna have to score lights out every freaking week. So their
Yeah,
defense looked freaking terrible,
yeah.
much
Well,
like last season's. But
they paid all their offensive guys. They're not paying that pass rusher, Hendrickson. Uh, they're not paying him, and he's the best they got on that side of the ball, at least rushing the passer. Yeah, I mean, but that's what happens when you pay your offense. Now I get it. I get what the Bengals did. They're like, we want to make Joe Burrow happy, so uh, he wants Jamar. If it were me, I probably would have drawn the line at T. Higgins. I'd have been like, no, we've got to have some balance here. But like, I'll get you Jamar, but we got to take care of everything else.
yeah,
Um,
I agree with you about Higgins. Like they should have been like, all right, well, move along. We'll get somebody. We'll get some defensive players in here.
yeah, we got
So,
you Jamar. We need to get you
yeah,
protection, and we need to get you defensive guys. I get that your boy, but we just financially cannot do this, and that's where I would have personally drawn the line. But it's Cincinnati. It's what it is. I would rather than pay those three than not pay them at all, and letting them letting them essentially walk, which you're crazy if you let Burrow do. But you don't want to upset him by certainly letting Jamar go. I don't know. It's whatever. I've just had the worst luck recently with,
last year.
well, I had the number one pick a season ago. I got Christian McCaffrey, and then right before the season starts, oh, he's not playing this week, and then it turns out he's not playing for the first like 12 or whatever it was.
Yeah,
It felt that way. I did go get his handcuff, but it wasn't the same effect. And when McCaffrey did come back, he wasn't McCaffrey. And then he at least took what you're going to score, what he scored normally fantasy points wise. And then he got hurt and was injured for the season. Of course, you hate that, but it's like no, that's why I drafted him number one. Um, Quarterback, I've had the worst luck. I I got Josh Allen a few seasons ago, two or three 2 or 3 seasons ago, and this is when he had his down year statistically. So I was like, okay, I'm not having getting Josh Allen again. Um, he was the number one
yeah. And then he goes back to
quarterback.
kicking ass. Yeah.
Yes. I got Joe Burrow last season, or no, the season before last. Got Joe Burrow.
Injured.
He's scoring very few points per game, and then he gets hurt, and then he's out for the year. Okay, and then I was like, okay, I can't go wrong with Patrick Mahomes. Like I can't go wrong with Patrick Mahomes. had the most meat, like had a
Dude,
good year, but statistically, he had the most mediocre for him
mediocre.
season he could have possibly had. And I was like, okay, so I'm just whiffing at quarterback. The 2 years I've won fantasy football, I didn't pick a quarterback till way later in the draft.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think I even the
You can
last
get
time
by with streaming them, dude. You can
do
switch it
what?
up week to week with them quarterbacks. You can stream them.
Yeah, like my the last time I won it, I think I picked up. I don't even remember who it was, but I got him very late. Um, got him very late, and he would score like 10 points a week, and that was really all I needed because I was so stacked everywhere else. And I made enough moves at the end of the season, so I was like, okay, I got the hot guys, like the hot guys that are healthy right now and that are have stepped in or taken over as playmakers for whatever. What are you smiling at?
Oh, but you froze up. And I was like, no.
Yes, I saw that too. It was in and out. A little behind the scenes stuff. We had or I had technical difficulties earlier. We were supposed to record this episode much earlier than this, and I had technical difficulties. I've got a technician coming to look at my internet issue, aka replace the modem tomorrow. In fact, they were calling me as this was happening. So I actually saw the internet thing go away for a second. So when you started smiling, I was like, crap, is it doing it again? Um, hopefully, it just needs to last for a little over 10 more minutes and then we're
Yeah.
good. And it can screw up all at once until tomorrow when the technician comes. But either way, yeah, just bear with us if you don't mind. But yeah, fantasy football draft Saturday afternoon. I am looking forward to that. I should have a very chill weekend, unlike this past weekend. Um, I had a. I Speaking of, you played any golf lately?
Yeah. I have.
Have you seen Happy Gilmore 2?
Yeah.
I watched it the weekend before last. What are your thoughts on it? Because you're still like a an Adam Sandler fan, at least from my observation. You've
Yeah.
never really see. I've always liked Adam Sandler. Yeah, when we were younger, Adam Sandler was like the
Oh,
cool,
yeah.
famous guy that you liked if you were a kid. But as I got older, I was just like, these movies really aren't funny anymore. They're kind of just dumb. At least that's my opinion on it. But
Yeah.
you never really wavered much from that. You're always kind of Team Sandler from my observation. Am I right or
I
wrong?
mean, no, I mean, like anything, you're going to grow out of something where it's not going to hit the same as it did. But I mean, I still think Billy Madison, I mean, it's fun enough to, turn on if you catch it on TV, tune in or, put it on for background noise. I mean, you've seen it so many times. I mean, there's not a really point to the story. It's just fun to watch. Same thing with Happy Gilmore. I mean, I think Happy Gilmore has a lot of rewatchability, but with the new one, I don't know. I liked it. I mean, I didn't think it was the funniest movie ever. I didn't think it was terrible. Did they do too much of stuff? Yeah, some, but yeah, I thought some. I mean, it got some pretty good laughs out of me.
I did laugh a couple of times at it. I was gonna watch it really no matter what. I was like, it's Happy Gilmore too. I'm gonna check it
Yeah.
out. I liked that. Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. Uh, I liked both of those. Happy Gilmore 2. I liked it. It's tough for me to stay invested in a movie for more than 90 minutes.
Yeah.
And like this was pushing 2 hours and I was into it for the first hour. I thought the end it didn't I mean, I'm not
Yeah, the end was
expecting
just goofy. Yeah.
yeah, I'm not expecting phenomenal storytelling here, but I like some substance of a story. I was like, why are they getting to decide that this is what's deciding the fate of golf or whatever they're doing. I don't know. But at the
Yeah.
same time, you need conflict in the story. So anyway, not to get all technical, it I'm not watching it for the writing necessarily.
Yeah.
But with I remember with 40 minutes left, I checked and I was like I was I was ready for it to be over with 40 minutes left. But I think that's more so just a me thing and I can't stay invested in something for that long anymore. I just can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my
Tick them
age.
them TikToks done ruin your brain.
Yeah, I will say I don't know if it's my age or just that all I have all these streaming options that my attention span just can't stay invested for that long. There are a very small handful of suggestions. Gone Girl is as good of a movie as I've seen in the last 20 years, probably. I can. That's a long movie based on a book. I can stay hooked on that, or at least when I first saw it,
Like I said,
I
it's
was like, this,
rewatchable for you.
well, I think it's a really well done movie. I'll put it
It's
that
a
way.
well done movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but I can make it through that. Um, but if it's more than 90 minutes, I can't stay invested in it. But Happy Gilmore 2 for what it was, I thought it was a perfectly fine straight to streaming movie,
Yeah.
and I did like a lot of the cameos. Those were fun, especially Eminem. That was good. It was entertaining. It was entertaining. It's worth watching.
Mhm. I
I
agree.
don't I don't know how to grade it. I would just say that perfectly
Oh,
fine, straight to streaming.
solid C, man.
Yeah,
Maybe a C plus. It's a good movie. I mean, you're gonna enjoy it. I mean, it's not gonna win any awards. It's
no, but I
not
mean
gonna blow your socks off. But
it's
you're
not
gonna watch
supposed
it
to.
and you're gonna watch it and you're gonna have a good time.
Okay, what's the we've talked about this about regarding baseball. There are a lot of great baseball movies. So that's kind of easier to pick from. What's the best sports movie you've seen that isn't baseball? And my mind goes straight to football because there aren't a lot of great basketball movies, right? I don't think I ever watched
No.
Coach Carter. Uh,
Hoosiers,
yeah, Airbud.
white man can't jump.
Yeah, now that was at least that was interesting, but yeah, that was an interesting movie.
Yeah.
But all right, better question. What's your favorite sports movie that isn't baseball or Remember the Titans?
Mighty Ducks.
Oh, that's pretty.
I mean, that just instantly popped in my head. I don't know what you're thinking of, but dude, Mighty Ducks was everywhere. I mean, it was. I mean, hell, they had three movies. They won a gold medal in the Olympics. I mean, come on,
Now, see what
knuckle
pops
puck
into
time.
my head. What or no? I'll tell you what pops. I'll tell you what pops in my head after. Um, what I probably, if I really sat down and thought about it, I'd probably say something like Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, that's a
But
good one.
but even
Great.
even then, it's too real. Like there's too much realism or and drama. What popped into my head, which is just fun, Varsity Blues, just
I
because
thought you said
it's.
not a football or baseball movie.
No, I said not a baseball movie and not Remember the Titans.
Oh, I thought. Well, yeah, I
Maybe
thought you
that's
said
what I maybe that's what I
baseball or
said.
football.
That's what I meant to say. I meant to say not a baseball movie and not Remember the Titans.
Yeah, dude, it'd be Varsity Blues.
Yeah,
So
Varsity Blues would be my choice, just because it's
I don't want your life.
yeah it. It's probably some nostalgia for us too because it was right around when we were playing high school
Dude, yep.
football.
That was seventh grade, man. That was right in our wheelhouse.
Well, you could watch it on VHS when we were entering high school football. I'll put it that way. I think. Um, yeah, we were playing football either way. Okay.
Either way.
But yeah, it's like you said. The quote. Um, Playing football for West Canaan was the opportunity of a lifetime for you, but I don't want your life. Yeah, that's it. And then there's of course the whipped cream bikini and all that. Tweeter Tweeter just seemed like a dude you like to hang out with and throw the football to.
No.
And yeah, it was a good flick and a coach that was an ass. Something else that we could relate to,
Uh,
or probably a lot of football players could, But anyway, that's what popped into my head. All right, we got a few minutes left. Um, what else do we want to talk about before we get out of
uh,
here?
have you heard about the 12-year-old pitcher from Chinese Taipei that's been throwing them 82 miles an hour on the mound?
I didn't know it's throwing that hard. Jeez.
82. You want to guess at how fast that is compared to, or what the comparison speed is for
I'm
the
gonna
MLB?
112.
I mean, it's close. I mean, it's absurd. It's 107. So you
Yeah,
got
I
to
knew
be a
I
really good
was.
guesser if you're going to connect with that thing. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's nuts. Because what, 60 feet?
yeah,
That's
crazy.
from mound
So,
to home plate. That's nuts. Um, Jeez,
yeah,
that's so
which these kids, man, they get better and better every freaking year. It's stupid. Heck, they had one kid playing last week that looked like he was going into his junior year of high school. He was taller than the ump. Like, pretty sure he shaved that morning. He and of course he went yard.
yeah. See, when I see the Little League World Series, because there are obviously a lot of levels to that, and I guess we'll end on this. I think of when we had like our first All Star team in Lone Oak that
I
we put
remember it.
together, like what 9, 10 years old, and I guess we
12.
were 10. Yeah, whatever we were, we thought we had a squad, and we thought we were gonna like go to this first tournament and like just really do some
Oh,
damage to the
make some
teams we
noise.
played.
Yeah.
Who do we play? We play a team from Sherwood, first game. And Sherwood has a really good tradition of ball players, Sylvan Hills High School, North Little Rock area, etc. Um, First game, man, that might be the most humbled I've ever been in my life, at least at a young age. That we got curb stomped. And I just remember thinking, okay, well, this is what it's like when you're just living in a small town bubble and you step outside of that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
The level of curb stomp that we got.
Yeah. I think I struck out twice the whole time that season. First time up at bat that game, I whiffed on strike three on a curveball. Most humbling experience ever. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, not sure how that happened. I'm just going to walk with my head down back to the dugout. So,
Yeah. Well, I have a funnier thing that pops in my head, but we don't have time for it because we're out of time. But glad we got to got to get an episode in. Hopefully, I'll have fully restored internet next week. But until then, we'll see y'all next week. I'm Grandpa.
Brother Brown.
Deuces, y'all.
Peace.